all, folks, over in the Copa America, we are left with 4 nations to compete for South America's prestigious title. That is Copa America. Will it be Brazil? Will it be Peru? What about Colombia? What about Messi's Argentina? Will he finally get his hands on the trophy? Well, semi-final predictions coming at you. Copa America prediction video today. We're taking a look at the old semi-finals. Who will go the distance to the final? And we'll talk about that in just 1 second. If you're new, where have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button. Bang up to date with all things Copa America related, Blackburn Rovers related. We got it all here. Under one hotel room. We're on the bloody road, that's right. It doesn't bloody stop. We can't get a break from it. We can't. We've got to keep on predicting, boys. I don't want to let you guys down. Of course, we are looking forward to those semi-finals, and hopefully you are still participating in the old prediction league. Of course, it gets down to this now. 2 matches to decide who goes through to the bloody final. They do have that 3rd, 4th playoff match, of course, which doesn't happen here in the Euros, but we'll talk about that another time. But anyway, let's get into it. Of course, if you're new, smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up. Of course, we're going to jump in the deep end now and have a look back at how I got on, and then how you guys got on with the old predictions for the last time around. So here we go, of course, clicking back to Friday the 2nd. It was Brazil up against my boys, of course, Chile, La Roca. 1-0 loss in the end. Goodness gracious me. I actually went with a 3-1 win for Brazil. Of course, I didn't really believe Chile could do it, but I was hoping they could do it. The winning goal was Lucas Paqueta on the 46th minute. Before a bit of red mist, I would say, for Gabriel Jesus. Karate kick, red card, straight red. See you later, alligator. That means you missed the bloody semi-finals, which you would think would be a major blow, but unfortunately, I think Brazil are going to be too strong. Of course, we did see Brereton coming on for Alexis Sanchez, but it wasn't enough for Chile, so they will of course crash out, and of course Brereton can come back home. Breretomania is over. Kicking on forward, it was Peru, probably the game of the round here. This had everything. 6-goal thriller. Goodness gracious me. Gomez got himself scored for Paraguay. Then put the ball in his own net. Then he, of course, he got himself sent off. He had absolutely everything as well. Lapadula as well got on the goal scoring sheet. Yoktin as well. We also had Alonso and Avalos as well on the score sheet. Of course, penalty shootouts ultimately ended in favour of Peru with a 3-3 draw after 120 minutes. So Peru go through to take on Brazil. We'll talk about that in a minute. Meanwhile, Argentina, goodness gracious me, this was on Saturday. They did take care of business against matey boys here. Ecuador 3-0 win, brother. That's right. Of course, Dapau's been on the scoring sheet, a frenzy really, and Martinez and Messi again on the score sheet. I don't know how many goals he's got now. Also, a red card in this one. They've been dishing out the Reds over in Copa America. 3-0 win for me. 3-0 win was the real bloody deal. And then finally another penalty shootout after a bit of a dab affair. 0-0 draw between Colombia and Uruguay, and Colombia came out on top with that one. I think I actually went with Uruguay in that, but no, Colombia through, of course, to take on Argentina, of course, in the next round. So let's get into it in just a second. What did I get? I don't know what did I got. Let's take a look at what you guys got. Of course, you guys predicted in the prediction league. Here we go. Oscar Jimenez, Oscar Esquivel. Goodness gracious me, I'm all over the place. It's this New York Air. Three picks for him out of 4. James B. Great. I've also got with 3. Ojo 52 up there with 3 as well. Shane O'Donnell, Alex Weller, Nikish, Shamadou Hussein as well. Same Gaming Charlie and Emedid Bidabadhusen with 3 out of 4. Not too shabby. A couple of guys did stinkers there, but what about the real deal, the overall lead? We'll have a look at it right now. It is Alex Weller to lose at the moment. 14 points on the board with only 1, 2, maybe 4 points on the offering here. Hans Wurst as well up there. James B. FCR great. Yannick Bustler, Tom Stainer, Gaming Charlie are in the mix. Of course, then it's the chasing pack. Emin Hussein, Shane O'Donnell. Mathematically, they are still in it, but they're going to probably need snookers to get it. But I don't think they're going to. I think it's going to be a bridge too far for those guys. Let's take a little look then at the next round. Of course, get your picks in. Of course, you can use the QR code right here, right now, and also you can take a little look at the old the shortcut link there. It's Copa 21SF. So getting amongst it for the next round of predictions. So here we go. We're left with this bracket. Is Brazil through, of course, taking on Peru, Argentina taking on Colombia after Chile, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Ecuador crash out. Of course, we'll recap, of course, the group stages when we come back for the final prediction. But let's get into the next one then, shall we? It is Brazil, it is Peru. Of course, a recap of the group matches they did play not too long ago. So, of course, they played each other 15 times in the course of time. That's stretching all the way back to 1970. 11 wins for Brazil, just 2 wins for Peru, and 2 draws. The biggest win for Brazil was a 5-0 win. The one and only win, or the biggest win for Peru was just a 1-0 win. They've actually picked up 36 goals, Brazil, over the course of those 15 matches. 10 goals were scored and returned by Peru, which is just a 0.67 goals a game ratio. On average, Brazil score about 2.4 goals goals a game when they take on Peru. They come into this, of course, 92% form. They have a blip on their resume. That is the draw against Ecuador, but of course, they are now out. As for Peru, of course, they've been picking up momentum slowly but surely, and maybe, just maybe, they're going to give a better account of themselves than, of course, their previous account, which was in the group stages, which was a 4-0 win back on the 17th of June. Prior to that was a 4-2 win for Brazil in the World Cup qualifying. You've got to go back to 2019 for Peru's last win. It was a 1-0 win, but it was only just a friendly. What about the odds on this one? Of course, it's going to be stone cold favourites for the Brazilians. They are 92 on red hot favourites. Of course, they've not really stepped it up out of second gear, to be fair. 90-4 is the draw, which will remain, of course, extra time and penalties, and 14-1 will be Peru for the victory. Let's take a look at the odds for the title. Of course, Brazil are red hot favourites, 5-4 on stone cold favourites. Of course, Peru are 20-1 at the moment. But for me, I'm going to stick with Brazil on this one. Of course, I am 3-0 win. Why change? Why change indeed? Next up, of course, we have the other semi-final. It is Argentina, of course, came through beating Ecuador. And of course, Colombia coming through after that penalty shootout against Uruguay, which was a hit and miss. It could go either way. But anyway, let's take a look at these two sides then. Of course, they are not group competitors. So they, of course, not faced each other so far in this competition. Anyway, played each other 16 times, stretching all the way back to 2003. 8 wins to Argentina, 3 wins to Colombia, and 5 draws. The biggest win for Colombia was a 2-0 win, meaning the biggest win for Argentina over Colombia was a 3-0 win. In fact, they've scored 24 goals, Argentina over Colombia, in those 16 matches. They've scored 16 goals returned from Colombia on this one. 1.5 goals a game ratio for the Argentinians, just 1 goal scored by Colombia on this as well. They come into this 83% form for the Argentinians, 4 wins on the spin, a couple of draws at the start of the tournament, but they still seem okay. As for Colombia, just 1 win in 4 for them, ropey-dopey kind of form. But last time I played, there was a 2-2 draw in the World Cup qualifying back in June. In fact, you're going to go back to 2016 for Argentina's last win over Colombia. It was a 3-0 win, also in the World Cup qualifying back then. So yeah, Colombia have the recent form over Argentina, but have they got what it takes to win in the Copa America? This could, of course, we do want the big one. We want Brazil-Argentina final. That would be, of course, we've been building up to this for about a month. Of course, we've been through those awkward group matches that kind of didn't really make sense. 5 teams, 4 qualified. It was kind of a bit kind of toothless. So we realistically want that end of the tournament zinger, which could see Messi finally lift the trophy as well. So for me, the odds on this one: 4-3 on is your Argentina, 92 is your Colombia, and 12-5 is your draw. The outrights for the trophy, of course, Argentina's second favourite, 7-4. Colombia are 8-1 third favourites for me. But I'm going to go with Argentina on this one with a 2-0 win, of course, which will set up that zinger chicken dinner. Of course, Brazil against Argentina in, of course, the final. Of course, in Brazil, of course. And we'll be covering that one, and hopefully we'll have a watch along for that. We might even have a watch alongs for those semi-finals. We'll have to wait and see. If you are curious about those, make sure you smash the subscribe. Check out the links as well in the old description to my Twitch, because a lot of them will be on Twitch if we can get time for them this week. So make sure you check that out. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about that. And if also you want to get in predicting for these next few games, make sure you go in to the website here using that Cutley /Copa 21SF. That'll bring you right into the mix. But until then, that is pretty much all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the old thumbs up. And if you're new, smash your subscribe button, boys. We've got it bang up to date with all things Copa America related, Blackburn Rovers related, World Football related, even in a bloody hotel room. Even when we're on the go, we'll keep you up to date with, of course, all football as and when it happens. But that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Be sure to give me your thoughts about the Copa America. Can Brazil do it? Can Argentina finally get their hands on the trophy? But we will have a shock on our cards. Can Peru, can Colombia surprise us all and get through to the final? Well, let me know your thoughts. Until then, I'll see you soon. I am done.